And now we've got the EU Withdrawal Bill, I believe, getting a second reading today. Corbyn has supposedly put down, well, he has put down a 3-line whip on his MPs to vote against it, kind of blindly voting against it. I mean, what are your opinions on this? Because obviously the public did vote to leave, didn't they? So
and it's an absolute disgrace, and it's a denial of democracy. The fact is that we've had this referendum, and a document went out, a propaganda from the British government under David Cameron to say that they would respect the wishes of that referendum. And I think what Jeremy Corbyn needs to do is listen a little bit more to his voters in the north of England and a little bit less to Keir Starmer and a few others within his own party who all voted to, those in his party voting to remain, but of course those in the heartlands of the northwest and the northeast who voted to leave. In my own county of Lancashire, which contains a number of Labour seats, every single constituency voted to leave the European Union. Now, Jeremy Corbyn can completely deny what they have decided to do, but that would be a denial of democracy. And I just think what he's done is put a great shot in the arm of UKIP throughout the country, where we thought they were on their last legs. And now people who voted Labour and also voted Leave are going to look at Jeremy Corbyn and think, my goodness me, what's he doing? He's not listening to us again. And the reason why they voted Leave is because they thought that the British government and the European Union weren't listening to them. And it looks to me as if they're still not listening to them. And they'll pay a heavy price.
I was just to touch on that lastly, is what price they will pay, because really the free movement of Labour has maybe undermined, you could argue, some of Labour's core vote, the working class. It's maybe saturated certainly the lower end of the Labour market, you could argue. Obviously now he's certainly backtracked on his Brexit proposals. I mean, what do you think the end game is here for Corbyn? It
seems to me as if they want to say, yes, we're leaving the European Union, but in all other respects, which is as far as immigration, we'll have no control over that. As far as paying in to access a single market and a customs union, we'll absolutely have no say over that. And it'll all be justiciable by the European courts. Well, what is that? That is staying in the European Union. So let's just be absolutely honest about where they are here. You can't have us leaving the European Union and us signing up to every aspect of the complete core of being in the European Union. Corbyn's got to make his mind up. Is he going to respect the wishes of the British people in the largest democratic vote that we've ever had in this country, where more than 1.3 million more people voted to leave the European Union than to stay after a very lengthy referendum campaign? Is he going to listen to that? Or is he going to want to stay in the European Union? It's a simple choice. And we will find out on Monday when the final vote is on this bill as to where he's going to stand. And if he votes against this legislation, he is voting against the wishes of the British people who voted in that referendum. It's an absolute denial of democracy. And Jeremy Corbyn and the Labour Party will pay a very heavy price at the ballot box at the next election.